Welcome to Midlife Unlimited Live for Five. I'm your host, Kate Porter, the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach, and I am delighted to be joined by my episode 30 whoop guest, Helen Johnson, host of Happier Grey podcast, to give a taste of our full length episode that's available now, as of today, wherever you listen to your podcasts. How to Go Grey Your Way as a Midlife Woman. So, welcome, Helen. Who else would I have had on to talk about this subject that's so close to both of our hearts? Because I've been on your podcast as well, haven't I? Now, a word that people refer to my face when they see me in the flesh is brave. And I think you're with me on the whole idea of it being brave to go grey, aren't you?
I actually think it's mad that that's a word that has to be used to be associated with it, because it's such a natural, normal thing, but we're so conditioned to cover the greys that you're then considered brave if you don't.
It is. And as we talk about, I mean, there are so many golden nuggets, and we talk about our own journeys. And obviously, you share insights from the fabulous women you have on your podcast each week, because it's all about there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no rule book. It's about doing what feels right for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the reason that I do the podcast is really just to take the fear away from going grey for women who are considering it. I'm not saying everybody should do it, because if you feel happy colouring your hair, that's the right place for you. But if you're beginning to have some thoughts around maybe I would go natural, the idea is let's just tell the story how it is, rather than the fears that you might have in your head about how rude people are going to be to you, how people are going to tell you look older, all of those sorts of things. Because in my experience, and I've spoken to over 60 women now, that's really not the way that it generally plays out.
Well, I think a lot of it is, I mean, and we touch on this. I've still to come up with an alternative. The whole silver fox thing. If a man embraces his grey, he's a little bit sexy, he's a little bit grr. If we do it, we've let ourselves go. We're going to fade into the background. And it is all about smashing that, isn't it? Rewriting the narrative.
It is, and one of the things I found really interesting recently is if you've seen a picture of George Clooney lately, he's dyed his hair for a role, and it just looks so weird not to see him with silver hair, in the same way that women are conditioned to colour theirs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talk about our own, as I say, our own journeys in the episode. And mine, I was brunette and obviously dyeing my hair that colour. And I got to the point where it's the old looking in the mirror. And not only was I not recognizing who I was behind my eyes, but I was like, blinking heck, I look like a vampire with Lego hair. Because as you say, the hair, whether we've got fine hair, long hair, short hair, the colour of our hair has such an impact on how we look. And as we hit midlife, it's not just menopause, our skin tone's changing,
Mhm.
our shape of our face is changing, and embracing the grey, it is something you can start thinking something we can plan for, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people, there are lots of ways to do it.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of people, it's more around self-acceptance generally.
Yeah.
And the greying is part of the process, and kind of questioning the things that we're being told and saying, is that right for me? So it's a journey that, I mean, some people have it cut very short. Some people have the colour stripped out. Some people do grey blending. Some people go with the line and just
Mm,
grow it out and almost have it as a badge of honour.
yeah. Absolutely. And I think we share how we did it. I'm not going to give too much away now. What I will say though, all your contact details and obviously more information about your podcast, which is fabulous, and obviously I loved being your guest, so thanks again for that. Are in your guest. I almost forgot what I was going to say. Your guest profile on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website. And in the show notes for our episode, where anyone wanting to get in touch, maybe even come and be a guest with you and share their story, can reach out to you. And obviously, all my contact details are in the show notes and on the website too, where you can find details of my midlife metamorphosis coaching. But I say just to round off, and thanks again, because this is such a subject that people can think is frivolous. They can think, oh, it's vanity. And it's not, is it?
No, it's not. And I think for me, one of the things that I think is very sad in our society is we're so focused on appearance and aesthetics and trying to look 25 rather than thinking about how am I going to age healthily? How am I going to be living independently when I'm in my 80s? And so hence the way I'm dressed now, I've just been to the gym.
I
So
know.
for me, going to the gym and exercising and nutrition is
Well,
just
you look
way more
fantastic as well.
important.
I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, she looks really pumped. I'm sitting here in a retro shirt thinking, I really, I'm up for going outside now. But it is, isn't it? It's about freeing up our time from faffing around with roots to focusing on what really matters.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again for joining me. Thank you for watching. Go and check out our full length episode. And here's to living Midlife Unlimited. Thanks, Helen.
Thank you.